Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this episode, as you can see, we are at Ladybower Reservoir here in the Midlands in England, and we're going to be driving the Impreza. If you have watched this video up here, you know that we changed the fuel sender that is been burned, or we burned the connector. So we're going to put under the test. We're going to do all the drive down there to Snake Pass. It's a very nice, well-known road here, the A57, and I'm very looking forward to it. I don't know what to expect. I've driven it only once, and I'm hoping the Impreza actually perform. We got some new tires as well, so that hopefully helps to grip a bit better. But before we get too deep into today's video, as usual, let's roll the intro. We're about to enter the Snake Pass. Well, obviously we're gonna hit that red light. But basically we came here because I changed the fuel sender and I wanted to know if the car keeps on bogging down every now and then or is actually performing way better. So here we go. This is Snake Pass. It's a really nice road, very windy, very well known for cars, for car enthusiasts and bikers and stuff like that. Because it's the middle of the week, there are probably not going to be many people. And yeah, so it's the first time using the 360, so I'm hoping you get some nice footage, and the sound as well is good, even though it's quite windy. On this drive as well, I wanted to talk about this car. This car was the first car I bought with my own money. My first car, I bought it from my parents, so it was more just to get me around, and that was about it. Where this one is actually from my sweat and tears, if you like. It's the car that I could afford at the time, and I always wanted a Subaru since I was a kid. I never was into like hating one or the other, or either it was a Subaru or a Mitsubishi. I like them both. But yeah, this is the car that I could afford. I bought it 6 years ago, and of course I'm not going to tell you that this is better than the WRX or the STI, by no means. If anything, it's a bit more reliable, just because you don't have the turbo, so you don't boost in the engine. But yeah, it's a really good car for maybe beginner's car, for one of your first cars. It pulls well, it's 150 brake, it's an all-wheel drive, so it will help you through bad conditions and bad weather, if you like. But as well, one thing interesting about these cars is that they don't have rear steer, but they've got something that the hard cornering, what the rear wheels will do and the compression are gonna tow in, and it helps you to get the car pointing in the direction you want to go instead of actually sliding all over the road. As I was saying, this was my first car, and my first proper bought car. And yeah, of course it's not turbo, it's not quick or what have you, but I went to Scotland with this car. I did the NC 500, and if anything, it made me really connect with the car. I know maybe other cars could have taken me there, but this was the one that I bonded with. probably in the future I might engine swap it or something like that, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad car just because it doesn't have a turbo. The good thing as well about this kind of cars is that you can play about with them a little bit and you're not already breaking the law speed wise, so you can just, and they respond very well. I know there is a big community of NAs mostly in the US. I'm on one of the Facebook group, and to be honest their feedback and how they help each other is very nice. There's not a lot of like hate where there are in other groups that I am just because your car is not as good as this or as good as this other one. So if you're in the market for a car like this and you, as I said, you can't afford the WRX, you can't pay the road tax like here in the UK, which some of them are incredibly high, this is a really good car. You can do a lot of things suspension wise to make it even grip better. They are really good, and this is why I'm not getting rid of the car. I know nowadays it's all about the power figures and how much torque and how much brake horsepower and top end speed and stuff like that, but sometimes it just isn't. Sometimes you just need to go for a drive somewhere, some nice road, wherever you live, and just enjoy it. This car to me, yeah, it isn't quick, it isn't fast, but when I drive it a bit like an idiot, it just puts a smile on my face. But in other words, if your car makes you happy, makes you smile, you're not a dick, you don't bother other people and stuff like that, fuck what people think. Who cares if they like your car or not? It's your car. You bought it for yourself. You didn't buy the car to just make someone else happy, did you? It's just a good car. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think I have to convince you if you like the car. As I said, it's not the best car in the world, but I just like it. I'm making a video here just probably to tell you how cool it is or what this or what that, but I just like it. the camera has survived, which was the most important thing. The car is driving flawless, it drives way better than before, and now it's not bagging down like it was doing before. So I'm very happy with the fuel sender replacement. The video's up here if you haven't watched it yet. Go and have a watch. So we got a few good plans for this car, and hopefully we can enjoy it during the summer. But for now, I'm gonna have to go back home, edit this video, because today is Friday and this video has to go up on Sunday. So as usual, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing if you do, and I shall see you very shortly.